Hi, lovelies. Hello, hello. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I got the spiritual channel, Queen the Mystic. I got the Patreon. You can use code AFF-Queen for you to get you some self pleasure equipment. Um, and then also on Glow Melanin, you can use the code Megan82204 to get you 15% off of skincare. So let me just wait for people to get up in here. I hopped on here a little bit early and I appreciate you for joining the membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have 3 tiers for the membership. So um usually when if I ever go live on TikTok, I usually would do dedicated streams on there with no schedule. And so a lot of the time I like to take the content from there and going ahead and add it to the membership. And then also whenever I decide um there are live streams on here that I will go on ahead and decide to add to the membership channel. So if you are interested in more exclusive like content, more exclusive live streams, you can also check out the membership tiers over here on YouTube. Let me just wait a little bit longer to get some more people in here. I was productive this morning. Well, at least with my body. I like stretched and foam rolled and did all that good stuff for my soul and for my body and like taking a little breather. Um, making sure that my body, making sure that I'm resting, especially because I'm preparing for a showcase that our pole dance studio is going to be hosting. And so I am also preparing for that. And so I don't want to go too hard because I'm not trying to injure myself. And ironically, I just answered your question. So there's that. I just learned like the first like minute and a half of the choreography because I outsourced everything. Um, it's my first showcase. I've only been back polling for like 5 months. And as you all know, I had like a large transition, within the past, I don't know, 5 weeks with quitting my job and all that. So I was like, I need my creative outlet to be here. I don't want to think too much creatively about polls. So I outsourced all that stuff. So yeah, I learned the first bit of choreography. I'm going to be working on my pole combo this week, my trick combo this week. And we'll go on ahead and get that incorporated into the choreography. And then we will see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Um, all right, I'm gonna start. It's kind of quiet in here. Maybe everyone is at work, but we'll see. Okay, so today's topic: stop letting the bare minimum impress you. I got inspired to talk about this because I had posted a series. I posted like 3 videos all at the same time just a few hours ago. And one of them was talking about how somehow I landed on the lover girl side of TikTok today. And there was a girl making this video pretty much saying that like men fall in love much faster than women do. And if you're really her, he's going to act fast, on pursuing you and on impressing you. And the comment section was just nothing but a ton of women all excited and all happy about how a man bought them roses or how a man told her that he loved her within like 2 weeks, how a man like took her to like a nice place to eat, and just it was just insane to me to see women get so excited over something that is just the bare minimum. And not only that, not only the bare minimum, but it doesn't make sense in the context that these women are discussing it. It doesn't make sense for someone to say that they love you after freaking 2 weeks. it does make sense for someone to like buy you roses and like they're trying to impress you, but here's the thing. They should be already wanting to impress you. So why would you be excited for something when that's what they're supposed to be doing? Women will get so like enamored over these things because the thing about it is that a lot of women it'll be these experiences from like your childhood, you know. So maybe like your parents were mean to you, you know. For a lot of women, your parents will be mean to you. Maybe you didn't have a sense of like being seen unless you did something. So for a lot of like when we're young girls, it can be very it's hard for us to understand like, oh, someone actually likes me or someone actually is doing nice things to me. Because another thing too, when you grow up being told if a boy is mean to you that means he likes you, that's confusing. If you're young and a boy is bullying you and your parents are telling you, oh yeah, if he's mean to you that means that he likes you, you go your whole entire adulthood thinking that it's normal for a man to be mean to you. And so because that's been the standard that's been set for you, right? Mean equals normal. And then after experiencing relationships, you realize it's not normal for a man to be mean to me. Well, if mean is your baseline, that means that in order for you to get impressed, all someone has to do is to be nice to you. But being nice should always be your baseline, right? Like, obviously, I'm not really going to get excited to be in like a jacuzzi when I just came from hell, you know what I mean? Like, of course, I'll be relieved because I'm not in hell anymore. But when it comes to men, the thing about it is that that's why they say the bar is in hell. Most of the time, you're comparing a man's effort with the worst thing that he could do. Men do really awful things. And so you can't use that. You can't use that as like a marker. Like, that's somebody that would literally be like somebody working a minimum wage job in this economy and, you know, after a certain point they're comparing it to the fact that they're homeless. Well, yeah, I mean, it is great that you're not homeless, but you know, also it's like, okay, so are you just going to forever compare yourself to a homeless person? Like, no, you know, someone that's making six figures, they're not going to compare themselves to a homeless person. Like, they're most likely going to compare themselves to someone who is further ascended than they are because they want to get to a higher level. So you don't want to compare men's effort to the worst thing that they could do because then that means that you're going to be real excited about like them doing the bare minimum, right? Um, this is why it should just be your standard. Like, it should just be your standard. A person should want to be nice to you if they actually want to deal with you. I mean, to me, that's just logic. To me, that's just logic. Because guess what? I consider it to be a form of disrespect when someone's not being nice to me. Like, if you're not checking in with me, you know, 24 hours and then a few hours before the date, to me, that's mean. And I don't mean mean as in it hurts my feelings mean, but I write that off as being mean. I write that off as being disrespectful because a person that claimed to like me, they wouldn't leave me hanging before a date. They wouldn't try to communicate to make sure and have clarity that like the date is still happening. A person that actually likes me in it, this is my standard of likeness, they would want to make sure that they're giving me clarity based off of the plans that we both agreed to. That's how I look at it. And so I think for a lot of women, the way that you learn to just not be impressed by these bare minimum things that men tend to do, you have to do them for yourself. And if you have a group of women, hopefully they're not male centered, but if you have a group of women that are not male centered, y'all should be doing that stuff for each other. If you have women in your family that are not male centered, y'all should be doing that for each other. If you have a daughter, you should be doing that for her. Like, If you are a mother and you have a daughter, there are the two best things that you could do, the two things that you should be teaching your daughter. You need to be teaching her to have an unshakable sense of high self-esteem. Not just a high self-esteem, I mean an unshakable sense of high self-esteem, because in this world, people are going to challenge your self-esteem. People are going to make you second guess where you stand. People are going to make you second guess your intellect, your beauty, the energy that you give off to other people. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you need to set the bar for her on what you would deem to be acceptable as the standard of what a man would be showing her. So, like, I'm sorry, like, there should really be no reason why, as like a grown woman, you'll be sitting here and like it's your first time where like you're going out on a vacation and it just happens to be with a man. Like you haven't had any life experiences until you've dealt with a man. That's dangerous. That's how like a lot of girls, when they come from like abusive household and they come from abusive parents, that's how they get in these abusive relationships with men, because they're like, at least I'm not home getting abused. They're just now dealing with another different form of abuse. They just happen to be having sex with the guy that's abusing them. So it doesn't seem as bad. They like have something to kind of take the edge off of like having to deal with that. You know what I mean? So you need to make sure that you're setting the standard for your daughter. And like me, my mom, my grandma, like we give each other chocolates and like send edible arrangements and like buy flowers for each other for Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? And like I said, it has to be with women who aren't male centered, because doing this with women that are male centered, they're not gonna understand or care about it coming from a woman, because they only see something as like favorable or honorable if a man is doing it. So it's only going to work with male centered women. But also like your homegirls and your girlfriends and stuff like that, doing stuff for them, taking them out, you all going on vacations with each other. Maybe if it's a birthday or, something to like really congratulate, you can pay for a vacation, things like that. That way, when men do these things, you're not sitting here just so happy. I mean, I can't get over the fact that there are women who will be boasting and bragging about like, he opened the door for me, you know. Like there are women over here happy that a guy texted them back. There are women over here happy that a guy didn't ghost them. That is crazy. That's insane. You shouldn't be excited over that. You should not be excited over the fact that somebody texted you back and they didn't ghost you. Like, that's a really, really low standard. That somebody at least is supposed to communicate with you if they're claiming that they quote unquote like you. You know what I mean? And then also another thing too, when you have people in your life that have done these things for you, or when you realize that this whole thing of like not being so impressed with the bare minimum, it increases your level of discernment. Okay, it increases your level of discernment for you to understand, like, okay, is he actually doing this because he likes me, or is he just doing this because there's like some advantage that he can gain by dealing with me? 9 times out of 10, that's where it's going to be coming from, which is, once again, you in this process, you can't equate like men's actions as it being a strong reflection of their actual likeness for you. So my whole thing is this: it you should be expecting the things, expect the things, accept the things, and then that's it. Expect the things and then accept the things, and then that's it. Leave it at that. Don't expect and then accept and then have your brain going to all these things like, oh, he must really like me. Oh, he must really care about me. He did XYZ for me. That must mean that he wants to marry me. what happens is a lot of women go into fantasy land and they just jump off the cliff. They just jump off the cliff with their thinking and where their brain goes into the future. Okay. Men are not future thinkers. I mean, even their brain, like they've done brain scans of men. The part of their brain that's supposed to help them make decisions while thinking of the future is like it's completely inhibited. It's like not really all that active. That's why they're like 14 times more likely to go to jail as opposed to women are. Because that part, thinking about the future, they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to get what it is that I want right now? They're not even thinking about if it's gonna work or not. For a lot of men, they're confident that it is gonna work. You know what I'm saying? They're confident that, oh, and then if you tell them your trauma and if you tell them like, "Oh, yeah, like I've always had bad experiences for men," well, they already know that the bar can be super low. They're already well aware of the fact like, "Oh, I don't have to try hard." The last guy was knocking her head in between the washer and the dryer. So all I got to do is just say some kind words to her, and then that will be enough. That'll be enough for her. So in your mind, you like, I'm the type of person where I'm not impressed by anything. I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative. I'm not impressed because the standard should always be for women. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. It's like the whole thing with like single fathers. It's your child, but like single fathers, they get crazy amount of accolades for being single fathers. But if it's a mother, it's like no one's really going to go out of their way and like compliment a mother, because when they look at a woman that has a child, it's just it's already subconsciously in people's brain. That's what you're supposed to do. You're a mother, you're supposed to be taking care of your child. Very rarely do people look at men and have that thought about them. They're just over here like, "Oh my god, that's so amazing." Well, yeah, like they're not people aren't used to them doing it. That's why they keep the bar so low. When you keep the bar so low, of course, like if it's a student in class and they're over here getting an F constantly, and then they get a C, the teacher's going to be super impressed. The teacher's going to be super impressed. The student that gets an A on every single exam, after a while, they're just like, "Oh, okay, like I already know that so and so is going to get an A on the exam. Like, I don't really care. I already know what they're capable of, and they're consistent in doing this. Who cares?" So yeah, I feel like women further enable men to have the for them to do the bare minimum by constantly reinforcing this excitement when they just do shit that they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be getting you roses. They're supposed to be opening up the door for you. Like, and the thing about it too, stop having like a high level of tolerance. Quit tolerating being received the bare minimum. If you told a guy that you liked roses and you would love to have a first date with roses, and you go on the first date and there's no roses, I don't think I would stick around for the date, to be honest. I don't think I would stick around for the date. And I know that sounds radical, but I think as a woman, you have to be that radical. You have to be that radical because men don't men don't tend to take situations like that as an opportunity for learning. They take it as an opportunity to see what they can get away with. Um, and so I think for a lot of women, it's just kind of like I'm just gonna be nice. I'm just gonna deal with talking to him, and I'm just gonna deal with, us going on this date, even though he didn't give me what I wanted. For what? For what? You're giving him what he wants. He gets to sit across from you and get attention from having a beautiful woman across the table from him. He gets to sit here and bask in your feminine energy. He gets to sit here and, have like a good experience. And it's like, okay, and you couldn't get the one thing that you wanted. Because the thing about it is that a lot of the time these men are expecting something after the date anyway. So it's like, if you claim to like me and if you claim to want to get to know me and you couldn't take that hint of like, hey, I want some roses or I want some flowers, and like you literally could go to Walgreens and get a single rose for like $3. And if they make the excuse, oh well, roses are stupid, they're gonna die. There was a guy that I was dating, and guess what? On the first date, he bought me one of those European roses that don't die. So if they come back with you, that's stupid, I'm not gonna buy that, roses just die. There are plenty of fake ones that they can fucking get you. No excuse. And the thing about it too is that most men, like, they're not really taught how to court. I feel like for at least in my experience, I would say probably 70% of the men I dealt with knew how to court. Um, because that's another issue too. Men don't know how to be seductive anymore. Really, no one knows how to be seductive anymore. Women have lost the art of seduction too, but men definitely have lost the art of seduction. They don't do anything to come off seductive. And there's like this parallel between them. There's like an invisible line that men will reach, and then through, like, there's this line that's seduction, and on the other side is what they actually want, but they never break through this barrier of seduction for them to actually, like, want to be wanted, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, yeah, and the thing about it too is that a large part of the reason why, like, they don't know how to court or anything like that is because look at male friendships. Look at male friendships. What do men do for one another? What do men do for one another? What what signs of, like, courtesy do they do for one another? From my understanding and the male friendships that I've looked into and I've known about, they don't do anything for one another. They don't, and they deem it to be gay if they do something for one another. Typically for men, the only time that they actually are doing something for another person or thinking or required to do something for another person is just simply a woman, and it's usually so that they can sleep with the woman. You know what I mean? Um, but most of the men that I've dealt with, they already know what to do. Like, they already know, okay, I'm gonna have to buy some roses. I'm gonna have to, like, buy this, buy that. Like, one guy, he already knew. He was like, "What do you like?" And I was like, "Oh, I like makeup. I like candles. I like roses." And so, like, our third date, like, he got me some MAC makeup. He got me some candles. He got me some roses. Like, he got me all the things that I had wanted. And I'm like, "Thank you. Very appreciative, but not up over the moon about those things." Because and that's another thing too. Some of these men will ask you to future fake. They will ask you to future fake because they want you to they want you to get your hopes up, and they want you to keep dealing with them in hopes that they're going to do the thing that they kind of hinted at. If you ask me something that I wanted, and the next time I see you, you don't have that thing for me, you're over here future faking. You're over here future faking. Like, no. So don't let words, that's another thing too. For sometimes words is enough to impress women. He said he's going to buy me this. He said he's going to buy me that. And they're over here excited. They're over here super excited over some words that a man said. That should not be impressing you. It's words. It's words. I could say anything. I literally could sit here and say anything. I could literally find a number, call someone right now and be like, "I'm so and so from this tow truck company LLC. I'm here to repossess your car." And someone will be here freaking the fuck out. Like, "Oh my god, they're really going to repossess my car." Quit letting words have that much power over you. Quit letting that words have that much power over you. Quit being impressed over stuff like that. Quit being impressed over these small little trinkets that men are buying you. That's what they're supposed to be doing. Like, could you imagine being in the wild and you got the peacocks and the male peacock is peacocking and the female peacock is like, "Oh my god, he peacocked for me. Let me go mate with him. He peacocked for me." No. That's what they're supposed to be doing to impress you. They're supposed to be showing off. They're supposed to be making an impression on you. That's what they're supposed to be doing. They should be working very hard to want to impress you. They should be working hard to gain your approval. Because men also have a belief system that they have to work for things. And so men understand that the woman that they perceive, because the thing about it is that men view everything in hierarchies. Men perceive how a woman looks, the age of a woman, her success level. They put all that stuff in a hierarchy. And so they equate their self-worth based off of the hierarchy of woman that they can get or that they perceive that she's at. So if a man is really claiming that, "Oh, like I like you and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada." Okay, if he really is claiming all of these things, he should be doing all of the things to impress you because he understands if I don't impress her, then I'm probably not worth shit. I'm probably not worth anything. Yeah, and men definitely don't value friendships with women. I don't understand why women are still being friends with men. I don't understand why women are being friends with men. The when you look at the exchange of energy between friendships with men and their friendships with women, it is so skewed, the level of energetic exchange and the payoff that is received by being a woman being friends with a man. You're not getting anything. The man is getting everything. If you're attractive and y'all are hanging out, he's getting attention. Do you like I don't think women understand like how much it pumps up a man's ego if like you're actually attractive and you consider him a friend and then people are going to ask him like, "Oh, like is that your girlfriend or whatever?" "No, no, like we're just friends or whatever," and yada yada yada. A lot of men will hear that and be like, "Oh my god, like they actually thought that we were together. Like that says a lot about me." Like no matter what, men are always thinking that it's about them. No matter what you do, they're always going to relate it back to themselves. "Oh, she complimented me." Like women will hear a compliment and be like, "Oh, okay. I got a compliment today. Whoop de doo. Wonderful." Men will be like, "I got a compliment. That must mean I'm the greatest man alive. That must mean I'm amazing. That must mean this." Their brain will go into like this whole spiral of what their identity is based off of something happening in relation to a woman. In my opinion, I'm not giving a man that much social like confidence to be able to do that because for me personally, I didn't receive any I didn't receive any high form of payoff by being friends with men aside from just learning their behavior. other than that, other than learning that a lot of them are some sickos and that a lot of them just be dogging women out, aside from me obtaining that information, which really wasn't new information to me, I didn't get any like I didn't get any life-changing advice from these men. I didn't get any mentorship from these men. I didn't get anything to help me level up by being in friendships with men. A lot of women that put themselves on a pedestal because they're friends with men, they're battling their internal misogyny. Girls are so much drama, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And I've been there before. I've been there before, but once you dismantle all that stuff, you realize that the male friendships ain't no better. They're just different. Different doesn't always mean better. Like, no. Yeah, exactly. Men completely artificial. The powers that be, the men, they've created everything artificially to the point that it goes against our nature. It goes against our design because for numerous reasons, men decided, okay, we need to have a power dynamic over women, number one. And we need to make sure that the we have the highest amount of men that can have access to women. So we need to like tell women this lie of these like very easily achievable things that men have to do to impress them. When really by nature, if none of that stuff existed, you wouldn't be impressed by what these men are doing. You wouldn't be impressed by anything that they're doing. And yeah, surplus men. YV Edit did a video about surplus men. Um, and like that's kind of what that's really where the issue lies. There's a lot of men, and then all of these men, like that's another thing too. A large amount of entitlement coming from men comes from the fact that it's a lot of men, and this is the most access to women that men have ever had. Men have never had this much access to women ever. They have access to women out in their daily life when they're going to the grocery store, when they're going to the mall. They have access at the workplace because women have had the right to be able to work. Um, they have access to women on their phone in various forms, and they have access to women that are engaging in, intimate things. Before you had to be of age, you had to like sneak a tape, you know what I mean, from like your parents' bedroom. You had to sneak a magazine. Men didn't have access to working with women and dealing with women and like seeing women naked. All these men have to do is freaking get on Instagram and they're going to be able to see a half naked woman. And so that's like another issue too, because now that all these men have all these access to be able to see women, it's further fueled their entitlement to women. And the thing about that is that now that they have such a high sense of entitlement because they get to view women, a lot of them believe that they don't have to do anything because their whole mindset is, well, it's widely available for me to see. It's here at my access, it's here at my disposal. I shouldn't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to do anything to be able to get access to your body. I can already see everything online anyway. For a lot of men, that's their mindset. So this is why you got men out here who they're spending $75 on the first date and they're thinking that you should be sleeping with him. They're thinking that you should be sleeping with them after the first date. You don't know this man. You don't know if he is a serial killer. You don't know if he is a S offender. You don't even know if he gave you his real name. You don't know anything about this man, and they have had so much access to women that they think that that's enough. They think that, oh, I should just be entitled to your body because I'm so numb to seeing women like this. And this is the reason why the activity with men is going to get more and more nefarious. Like, I talked about that video with that girl that said that like her male friend wanted her to offer up her dog to sleep with because she didn't want to sleep with him. More in That's going to become more and more common because men are addicted to dopamine. Men are addicted to dopamine. So before when they could barely have access to women in like person, they would like go to a strip club and they would get a dopamine fix like that. Like they could at least leave the house in order to be able to go see a naked woman, right? And then, okay, so then we ended up getting our phones. Well, they could see these naked women, they could see them virtually. So now their level of dopamine, they're numb to seeing a naked woman. They're numb to seeing a woman do all of these acts or whatever because they have it widely available on their phone. So once that's normal to them, then men are like, well, what's the next thing? What's the next thing that I can be turned, that'll be turning me on? So then these men will be going to men and dealing with men because that's their next dopamine hit. Then they're going to go to children. That's their next dopamine hit. Then they're going to go to animals. That's their next dopamine hit. It's like they just going to keep going and going and going and going because they just have way too much access to everything. By nature, it wasn't like this. A long, long, long time ago in Neolithic times, it never was like this. Men stayed separate from women and children. They were much more contained. This is why they say like women have the Jezebel spirit. Women were allowed to have the Jezebel spirit because men were contained. There was a much tighter level of civility between men where women were allowed to have the Jezebel spirit because it was more sacred, because men were required to just sit down, just sit down and leave women and children alone. So the men that were able to get access to women, it was more of a sacred thing because they weren't guaranteed access to us. So now they blame that on women, even though men are they're the ones that created all of this additional access to women. But of course, it's women's fault. Aw, thank you. They're so insensitive to our safety concerns. Yeah, because for a lot of men, they're just only thinking in the lens of their own life. And like I said yesterday, men will be very angry and upset over the attention that women get and the validation that women get. Men don't realize that a lot of women are not checking for validation like that for men, because ask any man, who would you rather have hit on you? Would you rather have a woman hit on you or would you rather have a man hit on you? They're all going to say they would much rather have a woman hit on them. So they're projecting the fact that they want attention from women while not considering the fact that we're getting attention from men, which are the same group of people that they also would not want attention from. But they want to make women feel bad and make women feel like the bad guys because we're getting validation. We don't want that validation. A lot of us don't want that validation because it makes us feel uncomfortable. Men know this. Men know this. That's why when men are down and out and men are struggling financially, they're not going to ask a man, can I move in with you? Can I come in? Can I come and live with you? No. They're going to go find a woman. They're going to find a woman to go cohabitate with because they understand that it's safer. They understand that it would be more enjoyable for them to be able to do those things with a woman, not living under the same roof as no man. It's like you all want validation. You all want validation so bad. Go to prison, go to jail. If y'all want the same validation that women want, since they claim that we have it so easy and they claim that we just get so much attention, I beg you, please go to jail and please go to prison. You will get the same type of validation that women receive. Because they swear up and down that we're living the life. They swear up and down that we got it made, getting all this attention and all this validation from men. Go to jail and you'll get the same exact attention that we get. And then report back. Report back your lived experience after that happens, please. You want peace, go to Thailand, be a monk. It's the truth. It's the truth. Like what peace? What peace are you searching for that you can't find on your own? What chaotic life are you living that you have to that you have to be dealing with a woman and expecting peace? We can barely make sports safe in the evening. I'm telling you. And it's going to be getting darker soon. Like, this is the thing. Men don't even think about these things. Like, in like the next month, it's going to be getting darker sooner. And I do this already, but it's like, all right, I got to make sure that I get gas. I got to make sure that I get gas when it's light out. Got to make sure that I run my errands, make sure I can take time to run my errands in the morning so I don't encounter the boogeyman at night. I don't think men know anything about anyone. Like, that's the thing. I only think men only know things about men that they aspire to be. Like, men don't know anything about the people in their personal life, honestly. I think men know more about the men that they admire. They know more about the men that they admire more than they know shit about their own friends. Honestly. Because that video, it was a video that I put on here about the guy who had asked his friends what his ex-girlfriend's name was, and they had no fucking clue. They had no idea what his ex-girlfriend's name was. And he's like, yeah, she was the ex who broke my heart. And she broke my heart so much that I ended up moving to a different state. And they had no idea. Can we talk about stalkers? Have you had one? I mean, I've had short-term stalkers. But the biggest person to stalk me was a woman. But I talked about it on Patreon because it's so much and it's traumatizing every time I talk about it. If you want more information on how I was stalked, on how I was like really, really stalked by a woman who had liked me, ciao. I found out last night at work that my stalkers know where I work, and I don't know how he found out. Someone had to have told him. So someone had to have told him. So it must be someone that you know that knows that person. Because a lot of the time with stalkers, the stalkers are close to you a decent amount of the time. Usually the stalkers are someone that are close to you enough to the point where you see them regularly, or someone that you know sees them regularly. So it's somebody that gave up the information. Well, I'm over here assuming, yeah, I don't know if I said him. Hopefully I didn't gender the person, because you didn't gender the person, but it must be someone that you know that told that person. Has to be. Because at least with that crazy girl stalker that I had, child, she was isolated. That was the crazy thing about it. She was isolating the fuck out of me. She was going back and telling people that I had dealt with, oh yeah, she said this and this about you and yada, yada, yada. Child, she screwed me out of my sneaky link. She screwed me out of my sneaky link. I had a good thing going with this guy. I was working midnights at the time, and I worked like 3 midnights a week. And so I would like get ready for my midnight shift and then do with this guy and be perked up and have good energy. Not perked up like that, not like the drug. I'm talking about like excited, you know. I would be getting my energy before my shift and she fucked it all up. And that was just one of the milder things that she did. That was one of the milder things that she did. I was like, "You dirty bitch. I can't believe you. I can't believe you." I saw my credit score went down because of a random company I never even heard of. I reported it and looked it up. It's scary what people are accessing nowadays. Dude, and they're stealing everyone's fucking data. It's terrible. They're stealing everyone's freaking data. It's absolutely horrible. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm sorry that that's happening to you. I'm really, really, really sorry that that's happening to you. But girl, honestly, I'm gonna give you the real spill. Go get a firearm. Go get a firearm. Go get a weapon. Cause I'll be honest with you. I watch enough true crime and stuff like that. Listen, it's a waste to even tell the police. It's a waste to even tell the police. I was watching a true crime story about this girl. She ended up going to University of Utah for like track and field. Very athletic, very accomplished. I think she was there on a scholarship. Really pretty girl. And this white girl, she ends up going to this club or whatever. It's this black bouncer at the club. She ends up being attracted to this guy. Okay, boom, they hit it off. And essentially, he lied about his name, lied about his age because he was talking about he wanted to take her to go shooting at the gun range. And then I guess her friend thought that that was like kind of weird. And so she ended up finding the guy's ID because she was reporting him to like the campus police or whatever. And when she found his ID, it was a fake name and he was old as hell. He claimed that he was 28. This guy was 32 and the girl was 21. And you already know how the story goes. He started getting crazy. She decided to break up with him. He turned crazy. He was trying to lure her. The luring didn't work. The luring didn't work, and he ended up stalking her, and he abducted her, and then freaking unalived her. And this girl, her mom had called the university police a few days prior, saying because I guess they were supposed to do a car drop off because he was abusing her so much, like emotionally and mentally. She was at the point where she's like, I'm just going to do whatever this guy says. And so she let him borrow her car. She ended up letting him borrow her car. And so her mom knew the situation. And so her mom kind of understood, like, okay, he's using the car because he wants to create a situation in which he has an excuse to see you. And so the time was coming up for him to drop off the car. And so her mom was calling the campus police because she didn't want her daughter to like receive that car without somebody around because she knew what he was capable of. He was a sex offender too. He was an S offender too. So he lied about his name, lied about his age, registered S offender on parole. On parole, meaning that his ass would be going right back to jail. He would be going right back to jail if he got caught. So the first dispatcher was great. They had the phone call. The first dispatcher was wonderful. The mom called the dispatcher. Dispatcher said, I'll call the daughter. Ask your daughter. Daughter says, you want to know what? I'm cool. It's fine. And the dispatcher's like, are you sure? She's like, you can come here to like the university police and you can have him drop off the car here. You can hang out with us until he drops off the car. And she was like, no, I'm gonna have, because at first they were gonna drop off the car at like the campus stadium. And then last minute, he decided that he was gonna have his friend drop off the car at her place. So then that ended up happening. And then she started calling the dispatcher because then he threatened to extort her with nude photos. And this guy wasn't smart at all. Then he pretended to be the campus police. He sent this is why I say you always are going to know it's a man. You're always going to know it's a man because they can't spell very well. He claimed to be the campus police and tried sending this text message. The text message was full of incorrect spelled words. So she already knew that it was him. So the luring obviously didn't work. And yeah, essentially the thing that sucked was that none of the dispatchers were helping her. She was calling about, him threatening to extort her. She called them about the fake text messages, and them other dispatchers didn't care. She even went up to the campus police. She showed him, she filed a report with the whole extorting thing, with the pictures thing. Can y'all believe that the campus police officer, when they were doing the investigation, he showed her nude pictures to his coworkers? Yeah, he showed her nude pictures to all of his coworkers, and they did not do anything to help this woman. She happened to be on the phone with her mom on speakerphone, and while she was on the phone, they heard her say, no, 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 no. She literally got abducted by this guy while she was on the phone with her parents. And so then they called the dispatcher. I forgot the girl's name. I literally just watched it on like Kendall Ray, True Crime with Kendall Ray. The whole case is infuriating because the dispatchers, you could tell they just don't care. That's why I'm always going to be team no. Get you a firearm, get you something to defend yourself. Don't wait for the police. They're not going to do nothing. That girl did everything right. She called every single freaking time. She filed a report every single time that man ended up doing something. It's a waste. But it's a hard one because they're using the stalker because he's hiding his identity. I don't know that online guy's real name. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. Is there someone, if it's virtual, there has to be someone that you can hire that can track their VPN. Maybe you could do that. Wow, when I was 19 in college, my now husband, ex-fiance, lied to me about his age as well. He was 10 years older than what he told me. That's crazy. Mm-mm. I was like, what the freak? That's insane. And they will sit here and make it seem as if age isn't a big deal. And it's like, if age wasn't a big deal, why are you lying about it? If age isn't that big of a deal, why are you trying to make yourself be 10 years younger? Because they do that on the dating apps too. Like there was one guy, Chow. I think this was my very last date. I think this was my very, very last date on a dating app. I matched with this guy on the dating app. We do a little FaceTime phone call situation prior to us going on the date. And this man said that he was 40. His profile said that he was 40. We're over here talking and he's like, yeah, I've just found it really hard for me to like make a connection because these women just don't have a personality. Yeah, he just was talking about how the women had no personality. So I'm on the phone with him and I'm over here like, I'm not feeling like he has any personality. But guess what? Y'all already know me. a bitch is gonna go on a date to get some free food, okay? I'm not telling y'all that y'all have to do that. I mean, I don't do it anymore, but I'm a foodie, okay? I'm a foodie. Um, and I like food even more when someone's paying for it. Okay. I know I'm not the only person. I know I'm not the only person, but I fully admit that I do foodie calls. Okay. I do foodie calls. So I already figured like this is gonna be a dud. This is gonna be a dud. I can just already tell based off of like the conversation with this guy. This is gonna be a dud. Him and I pretty much had to drive equidistance to the location because I told him where I wanted to go to eat. Because that's another thing about me. Listen, I'm gonna pick where I want to go to eat. I'm not gonna have you pick, and I'm having a shitty experience with you, and I don't like the place that you picked. Not happening. If anything, I want to walk away from this interaction going to the place that I wanted to go to. So choose the place that we go to. We both had to drive a distance because we already were kind of long distance. So we made sure that it was equidistant. He gets there and he's already complaining. He's already complaining about the drive and yada, yada, yada. And in my head, I'm like, I had to drive too. I was in traffic too. And I just met you. I'm not trying to hear nobody complain upon meeting them. This dude was not fucking 40 years old. This man was not 40 years old. This dude was like 50. He was like 50, I'm telling you. Because I'm over here looking at him. I remember, I specifically remember after the date, I went home and I had looked at his profile pictures and I was like, yeah, the wrinkles, these wrinkles in these pictures aren't existing like they just did in person. I was like, what the chow? I was like, yeah, we're not compatible. He was boring. He was boring as hell. He is boring as hell and lying about his age. I was like, no, you don't put these old ass pictures up here. You don't put these old ass pictures up here. And then it started to make sense to me. I'm like, yeah, no wonder why you're complaining. Your ass is 50 years old. Your ass is 50 years old. You're lazy. You're tired. Life is exhausting you. Of course, you're complaining about having to drive to a date that you asked to go on. Like, Like, of course, I'm not wrinkle free, but damn, he definitely used old pictures. I was like, those pictures are not those pictures are not recent. Like, and the guy was he was a biomedical engineer. Yeah. He was a biomedical engineer. Um, and you know what? And the thing about it too was that it made sense to me. It also had made sense to me, like, kind of, because he was like, yeah, like I had a child like a little bit older. And when his profile had said 40 in my head, I'm like, well, you told me that your child is 10 years old. And in my head, I'm thinking like 30 wouldn't be a young age to have children. Yeah, it's because that motherfucker had a child at 40. He had a child at 40. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. That's the reason why he's saying that he had a child later in life. 30 is not later in life. 40 definitely is. Cause yeah, you look about 50 standing across from me. Them men was lying their asses off on those dating apps. I was like, I can't. Mm-mm. No, thank you. But I got some free food though, which is I've never had a man ask me to split half on the date before. Never. Never. Like, no, that's a standard. That is a standard. Hell no. That's a standard. should nobody be looking at, should no man be looking at a woman to even fix his lips to ask for her to be putting a penny down at the dinner table? Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. And I don't think that that guy's vision was good either. I don't think that guy's vision was good either because he had like a hang up. He had a hang up with his glasses, and I seen him squinting hard, and I'm like, dude, there's no way that your vision is this bad. That I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking like, there's no way that your vision is this bad at 40, and like you still haven't like done anything further to correct it. I'm like, no, it was given like old man squint. I typically do attract high earning men. Most of the time I attract high earning men. One time though, I didn't attract a high earning man. I ghosted him so fast. He wasn't bad looking. He wasn't a bad looking brother. This is a few years ago. And I was leaving at a Target. He was like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Give me your number." And so I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll give you my number. Cool." He's texting me and he's like, "How are you doing, beautiful?" And I'm like, "I'm doing good. How are you doing?" He's like, "I'm doing good. I'm on my way. I'm just on my way to make this money for Amazon doing these deliveries." Child, I ghosted. I ghosted. I ghosted him. That's all he had to tell me. That's all he had to tell me. He was like, "Yeah, I'm over here delivering for Amazon." I didn't respond back. Never heard from that man again. Judge me if you want. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. Because at that point, no. You would a man would be going broke. A man would be going broke trying to impress me. No, thank you. Mm-mm. Sorry. No diss to the Amazon delivery drivers, okay? Because I still get stuff off of Amazon. Y'all are appreciated. Y'all are appreciated, but my token of appreciation is like giving y'all a bottle of water or like a snack or something like that. My appreciation doesn't extend to dating one. Sorry. Thank you. And the thing about it, he never messaged me again either. He never messaged me again either. So he probably already figured, let me just test the waters. Let me just test the waters and see where I stand with this woman and go from there. Ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Where's the real income? And my thing is this, a part of me, a part of me was like, because like, okay, I did deal with a guy who he did own a business, and he did have to do Amazon on the side because his business was kind of like in a down, it was in like a down slope trend. So, but guess what? He broke up with me. He was like, I don't got enough fucking, he said, I don't got enough money to give you what you need. He just told me straight up. He was like, I ain't got enough money to give you what you need. So he was like, yeah, I need to just get my shit together and just go be single. And I was like, all right, cool. Um, yeah. But in my head, I'm like, if you're trying to test the water, if this was a part-time job, don't you think you would be testing the water with like the job that pays more, and then you would sprinkle in the fact that you did Amazon on the side, like, because doing it in reverse, like, no, that's the whole like, I'm gonna have our first date be McDonald's because I want to see if you're a ride or die. Hell no. I'm not a ride and I'm not a die. I'm neither one. It's not even ride or die. It's neither one. I'm not doing either. Like, nope, if you come with me, come to me with the bare minimum, I'm ghosting you. That's another thing too with a lot of women. If a man is going to give you if a man is setting a bare minimum standard, do not beg, do not ask for him to give you more. Just quit dealing with him. We don't beg, we don't ask over here. If you ain't coming correct, if you ain't coming correct the first time, I'll toss you back in the water. I'm just going to toss you back in the water and you can find somebody else who is up to speed with you. That's another important thing too. If you're over here saying, I want roses on the first date, and he's over here trying to say, well, roses are a waste of money. Roses die, and I just think they're stupid. Don't go back and forth with a man who's over here already proven to you that he doesn't want to do anything for you that you're telling him would make you happy. Like, no, I'm not. Don't ever go back and forth with a man trying to convince him how to treat you. No. If he likes you enough, if he really wants something out of you, because we all know that that's what they're doing it for, or why they would be doing it, because they want something out of you. If they truly wanted it that bad, they would be going leaps and bounds to do it. Because one thing, like, I think of it like this, right? Men will want to leave their situation with their wives and with their family so bad that they'll just unalive the whole family. That's how bad that they want to leave their family. They'll unalive everybody. So men are very committed to doing the things that they want to do and getting it by any means necessary. Just think about that. Men that don't want to deal with their current situation, they'll just unalive everybody to get out of their situation because they want to get out of the situation that bad. If a man is not doing, if a man is not out here really doing everything in his power to try to impress you, to be able to put himself in a predicament where he is impressing you to get closer to whatever his end goal might be, don't even waste your time. Don't even waste your time. I know that that was like a dark example to give, but I feel as though that should put it into perspective for you. Because men have tunnel vision. Men have tunnel vision. The way they see it is, I have a problem. I have a problem. What's the easiest solution for me to fix this without me having to jump through all these hoops? Because they're not thinking about repercussions. They're not thinking about consequences. Their brain is just going to go straight to, okay, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? If he ain't trying to do nothing for real, if he ain't trying to do nothing for real and you already told him what needs to be done to impress you, move on to somebody else. He just doesn't want to do it. I'm so tired of having to live with them, can't escape them, can't even go to the store without them bothering you. I'm trying not to hate them because they're just people, but girl, it's hard. And the thing about it is that I could only imagine, because I used to, I don't know, it's so weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I think I'm I'm male repellent. I'm male repellent, and I think it's for several reasons. First off, I have a full sleeve of tattoos. I have a full sleeve of tattoos. Um, I'm where a lot of old people are. Like when I lived in the city, okay, it was more common. Definitely when I lived in the city, I'm where nothing but where old people are. Old people are afraid of people with tattoos. Like honestly, The old people, they look at my tattoos and they're like, I mean, at work I would get compliments, but I probably scare half of these people here with my nose ring. Dang, well, at least I'll be on here for another hour because I try to do the live stream at least for 2 hours. Y'all, I think I'm gonna go to an Asian store and I'm gonna get me this. TikTok, they keep on sending me this damn Asian, it's like this Asian tuna rice, the like garlic chili sauce, the QP Asian mayonnaise, and then seaweed, and you mix it all together and then you put it in the seaweed. It's like deconstructed sushi. I'm in my luteal phase. Okay. So like I've been eating good. I've been eating good. Y'all, KFC, y'all remember the honey barbecue sauce? The OG honey barbecue sauce? They brought the OG original honey barbecue sauce at KFC 3 days ago. I got me some of them wings yesterday with the sauce. Bitch. Bitch, that shit was good as hell. That shit was good as hell. It was so good. It tastes exactly the same. Straight nostalgia. I used to love going to KFC and getting them wings with the original honey barbecue sauce. I got me some yesterday. It tastes exactly the same. It was so good. If you make fried rice, you should get Chinese vinegar. It's super good. I think I have some. Cause I eat a lot of like Asian food. I have like so many of like the condiments and stuff here. Yeah, I think I just look too nice. I can't change my soft looking face structure, but they probably take me for a pushover. Time to get some tattoos. Haha. And honestly, sometimes what I like to do when I'm out in public, it's like a witchy thing. It's like a witchy thing that you can do. So when I'm out in public and like maybe I don't want to be visible, I want people to take their attention away from me. I pretend like there's like black shadow around me. Okay, there's like a black shadow around me and there's like spikes. Like it's like a spiky, just ugly looking shadow around me. And that I channel that energy. I'm like, don't fucking look at me. Don't fucking look at me. I give myself bad energy to put off on them and no one pays attention to me. Nobody pays attention to me. If I'm all in my love and light, then yeah, people are going to pay attention to me because they're going to be more attracted to that. Uh-uh. I can't stop eating freaking, I've been having fried rice. I just been dumping it with freaking soy sauce. And I made some Korean barbecue chicken. Like, I don't know what it's been with me in barbecue. I don't know what it's been with me in barbecue, but soy sauce and anything like barbecue esque these past few days, chow. So I I was thinking that I was gonna go on the spiritual channel today. However, I'm gonna do it over the weekend because I was looking into because I know people wanted me to talk about astrology, but like astrology is so robust. It's so robust because you have the signs, you have the houses, you have the planetary alignments, you have Western astrology, you have sidereal astrology. It's a lot. So I ended up finding some like really good because essentially I wanted to talk about astrology in the sense of like numerology in alignment with like the sun in like the seasons. And I ended up finding really good literature, and I ended up finding a really good video that like kind of talks about it. I just need to write down some notes to make sure that I'm giving you all the correct information, because I feel as though people, I don't want to dissect it too much because astrology is just so robust, but I like the correlation between the astrological signs in relation to the seasons, and how every time like we're in a zodiac sign, how that's reflective like of your life. And you can apply that to like your specific birth chart. Oh, so I am a Capricorn and then Gemini squared. So it's just Capricorn sun and then Gemini, Gemini. So like for instance, for Gemini, that's the highest point. Gemini is the highest point for the sun. Gemini is the highest point in the sun, but what's interesting is that in Vedic astrology, I'm actually a Sagittarius, because for Vedic astrology, you're like one sign backward. So you would take your sun sign in Western and then just go back one sign. I'm a Sagittarius sun, and Sagittarius is the lowest point. Sagittarius is the lowest point, but then I'm still a Gemini moon, which is the highest point. So I have my sun and my moon that are the highest and the lowest. And both signs are represented by humans. Both signs are for humans, or they the symbol is humans. Anything with, if it's astrology and the sign is in relation to a human, it's always in relation to an angel. It's like the Gemini with the twins. It's really not twin people, it's twin angels. I prefer sidereal Vedic astrology. I like it more, but I was born in the West. So, I mean, my Western chart does like, it obviously does play a role because I was born here after all. But, and you'll have men be like, I can't stand women that like astrology. Every man that I've dated or that like I really liked, they've always liked astrology. It's a requirement for me. It's a requirement for me. Like I tell men up front, like, how do you feel about astrology? They're like, yeah, I know my sign, and like I know this about my sign. One guy, he even gave me his birthday and everything. He let me look up his whole birth chart. Like I've never had men not let me get their birth date and everything and look at their birth chart. I've never had an issue with it. Because for me, that's the bare minimum. What's the beef with astrology? To me, it shouldn't be no beef with astrology. In my opinion, if you are a man and you have an issue with astrology, I'm not saying you have to like it. If you're indifferent, whatever. If you don't care either way, whatever. But like people that have like a strong opposing idea with astrology, I'm like, what are you hiding? What are you hiding? What are you not trying to have people find out about you? Because the thing about religion is not, it's not unique to the person. Religion is a group following. It's not specific to the person. So for me, when someone has an aversion to something as specific as astrology, the only thing I could think of is that you're hiding something. That's the only thing that I could think of. What is there about you that you don't want me to know? What is there about you that you're over here trying to hide? And my thing is this too. Like, my dad was a Freemason. Okay. My dad was a Freemason. Like, my dad is definitely has been into the occult and like the esoteric stuff and things like that. So for me, it's only natural. To me, it's only natural that a man understand and get into those types of things, because I think that this is what's so crazy about it, is that what men don't realize is that these people in power that these men so badly want to be, these average men don't even realize that these powerful men are dealing with occult and esoteric shit to be powerful. That's what these men don't realize. They don't realize that these powerful men are a part of secret societies. They're doing spell work. They're doing witchcraft. They're doing all that shit. That's what these men don't realize. This is why these men will literally sit here and be like, I'm working hard and I'm taking their advice and I'm doing everything it is that they're telling me to do. Yeah, you're missing the key part. You're missing all the occult, all the esoteric things. Like, my dad is really successful. My dad's really, really, really successful. I'm not saying that him being a Freemason is like 1,000% the reason why he is successful, but I know it fucking helped. I know it fucking helped. Freemason, it's a secret society. It's a secret society. There's like 33 there's like, it's like 33 like levels or whatever. So like, essentially, when you're at the level of like 33, you're like seen as like some wizard. And it's occult information, it's esoteric information, and like only men can be a part of it. There are some like lodges, very few lodges where they have like women be a part of it, but yeah, the Diddies are doing weird things to be where they are at. Yes. Like, that's what these men don't realize. Their men will be beating their head. I have money. Why can't I get this? Why can't I get that? Because you're not tapped in. You're not tapped in into the hidden knowledge. You're not tapped in into the hidden knowledge. And yes, warlock. Yeah, exactly. I love my dad, but he definitely is a warlock. I love my dad, but yeah, he's a warlock. He definitely is a warlock for sure. Love my dad, but I mean, he's still a man at the end of the day. He is. He's still a man at the end of the day, but and that's the thing too. A lot of the time, men will get this occult and hidden knowledge and they take it too far. They take it too far. It's what I said earlier in the live stream. For a lot of men, they just don't know when to stop. They just don't know when to stop. Right? Those KFC wings were so good. Those KFC wings were good as hell. I smashed them wings. They were so freaking good. It's my luteal phase. I've been very introspective. I even cried earlier today because I'm taking my cycles more seriously with like cycle syncing. I'm taking it more seriously. My granddad was known to have unalived 2 men, never convicted, and he was friends with cops and judges, all Masons, I bet. Oh, 100%. 100%. All types of criminal activity. All types of criminal activity happen in those like associations and stuff like that. In people that are in positions of power, people that are in those positions of power, they're all in on it. They're all in on it. They all cover it up. Like, it's very like well known, like amongst all of them. The Charmin commercial made me cry. In your defense, I could kind of see how the Charmin commercial would make someone cry, because The commercials are just so cute, like with the bears and like their little booties or whatever. Like they're just so cute. They are. They're just so cute. But my dad, he got out of that forever ago, being a Freemason. He left it forever ago. And when I asked him why he left, essentially he just pretty much told me that like he kind of felt like I think he didn't exactly tell me this, but I think that I think once you get to a level in Freemasonry, there's a level, it's like the music industry or like anything in Hollywood. You have to like sell your soul. You have to like do things that you won't feel comfortable with. I think that there probably was an element to that in which he had to do, and I think it just went past his boundaries to the point where he was like, "Yeah, this is too far. I have nothing to gain by continuing this." That's what I think. But essentially, he told me that, like, he didn't have anything to gain. He got to a point where he didn't find it really necessary or beneficial for him to, like, still deal with that or whatever. It's like the higher ups within, like, the people that have, like, studied and practiced, Freemasonry. There's a lot of videos about it on YouTube, like, a lot of videos about it on YouTube. They talk about the history of Freemasonry. They talk about, the importance of, like, the number 33, um 'cause, like, 369 are very powerful numbers, like, very powerful numbers, like, I know on my mom's side of the family, pretty much my immediate family for our birthdays, we all have some combination of 3, 6, and 9. Um, if it whether it's the month, a day, or if you add the 2 numbers and you get 3, 6, or 9, yeah. Yeah, one thing I can say about my dad is that for the most part, he knows his limits. He does. He knows his limits. But yeah, they have someone that they have initiated with all the teachings that will go on ahead and like teach them all of the elements of Freemasonry, and they will go on ahead and they have like a ranking system and they go up the ranking system in Freemasonry. But yeah, it's really interesting. 369 369, damn you fine. So that's where you get all of that like I remember 3 6 Mafia, like they used to say that like 3 6 Mafia was demonic or whatever. Um, because they'd be like, yeah, like the 3 and the 6, and like if you double this, and they were like saying all that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. When in reality, 3, it's a repetitively divisible number. It just keeps repeating over and over, and then you can do it in the reverse to keep dividing it down by 3. It's a powerful number. It is. It's a super powerful number, and any number that is further divisible by 3, it's a very, very powerful number. That's why Nikola Tesla, he created a lot. He understood that you can harness energy. You can harness more energy through 369. And when you like look at the Bible, when you look at the Bible, like the 12 disciples, if you add 2 plus 1, that's 3. If you look at the months of the year, that's 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Um a lot of what we like, even 24 hours, 4 plus 2 is 6, that's divisible by 3. um all of those numbers are constantly repeating themselves. Like there's a high level of symbolism in those numbers just through our regular like day-to-day thing. They just teach you to be afraid of those numbers because the numbers are very powerful. Like 666 just means to be reflective. Like it doesn't mean like death and like all of that other stuff. Like no, Triple six is a reflective number. It's not it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, when they say like, "Oh yeah, Friday the 13th," like, child, please. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so you can like play with it too. You can play with it too, and you can look at like people's like birthdays in your family and stuff like that. And like you can add up their birthdays and kind of see what numbers come up. See if you have anything repeating. Like you might have like you might have immediate family members, and like everybody's birthday is on the 6th. Or you have somebody's birthday that's on the 12th. You have somebody's birthday that's on the 27th. That's, you add that together, that's 9. Um yeah, there's like a deep, deep, deep rabbit hole that you can like go on for you to be able to like harness power from those numbers. And men are out here calling it witchcraft and craziness, and men are over here knocking it, not even realizing that the shit's really powerful. Wouldn't you expect Friday to be a good day? I'd be scared of Monday the 13th. And that's another thing too. Um, because hold on. I can't remember, but like you can do further you could do further denotations and like really, really break it down as to like why they chose to have Friday and then the 13th be together. Because like there are deeper layers with like mun, twos, wins. Like there are deeper things on the denotation once you break the word down. I didn't know that buildings will skip the 13th floor. That's crazy. Hmm. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look it up right now because I'm curious. And it's interesting because it looks like only in the Western world is it like this big thing with like the number 13 from what I'm looking at. And I guess in the Bible, they associate it with rebellion, lawlessness, and deviation from divine order. So no wonder why they want people to be afraid of it. Usually, all of the things that they want you to be afraid of, all of the things that they want you to fear, it's because the powers that be benefit you, benefit you, the people, when you're not fearful of it, and it harms the people that are powerful. Usually, I take the inverse of everything. Half of the time, the things that they want you to be afraid of are the things that you should be embracing. So, all the stuff that they're shoving down your throat, that they want you to believe in, that they want you to listen to, it's because they want to program you. It's because they want to feed your brain with a ton of BS. That's not going to help you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that makes sense. That makes sense. I've never heard of Rukia. I need to look that up too. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. I was getting warm. Your girl was getting warm. I didn't even realize that it was 13 stripes on the flag, but you're right. That's a good call. That's a real good call for symbolism. Ooh. Hello, hello. Everyone's coming in so late today or like not staying. This topic must have been boring to the masses, I guess. Or maybe y'all were just busy today. I'm used to having more people here. That's crazy. Make sure y'all check y'all notification bell. Cause I mean, once again, I kind of scheduled it late, but I definitely scheduled it early enough for people to get a notification. So make sure y'all go back to my profile and make sure that the notification bell is lit up, it's filled in. Because YouTube loves to unsubscribe and unnotify people. That's for sure. They definitely like to do that. So make sure the notification bell is filled in because I think I scheduled it like maybe 3 hours or so before. Aw, thank you. Do you have a schedule for your lives or does it depend? I feel like pretty consistently I'm definitely gonna do like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, anywhere between like starting at like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Um Friday in the morning I can't do them, but Friday in the afternoon I can. But if I do, it would be for the spiritual channel. I think the spiritual channel, I think I might save it for Fridays or the weekends because I also want to make sure I don't burn myself out. Thank you. I have mindset to all and still nothing. Annoying. Also, I'm also thinking maybe it might have to do something with StreamYard. I don't know. Because from what I'm gathering, it seems as though like YouTube is trying to compete with streaming services like StreamYard. I think that's what's happening because like every time, like once a week lately, I've been getting these emails from YouTube talking about like they added this new feature for streaming. They added that new streaming for feature or for streaming. So I'm also wondering if like YouTube is purposely like cock blocking, not sending out the notifications because they want to try to get creators to use the YouTube streaming platform. And honestly, maybe I'll try using it. I don't know. Maybe I'll try using it and see if that makes a difference. But they've been sending emails. They've been sending emails. I also think that they're trying to compete with TikTok because TikTok Live is really popular. Because I know they just sent an email recently talking about like, oh, you can send like gifts on the live stream and stuff like that. You know, on TikTok, they send those gifts and they put the stuff on you while you're talking or whatever. They're like, oh yeah, you know, you can send gifts and yada yada yada. And I'm just like, ciao. Yeah, because I don't like streaming on YouTube. I don't. Because the thing about it, you have to pay for StreamYard. You have to pay for StreamYard. So, I mean, sometimes StreamYard will be kind of like annoying, but it's like I am paying for it. No, we can see your messages. You didn't block yourself. You didn't block yourself and you're eating. I'm jealous. When it's I'm telling y'all, like the first like 2, 3 days of my luteal phase, the first 2, 3 days of my luteal phase, all I care about is food. All I think about is food when I'm in my luteal phase. All I want to do is just do nothing. The nerve when y'all are the reason people keep coming back to YouTube in the first place. Chow. Chow, I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing in these streets with social media. It's like a new thing. It's honestly like a new thing every week. It is. It's like a new thing every week that they're like trying to roll out and that they're trying to do. I can't keep up anymore with these people. Y'all want to know what's shocking? I for sure thought that the video that I made talking about I don't like men that are broke and overweight, at least on TikTok, I thought for sure that like the men were going to be tussling with me in my comments. Ironically, because there was a man that made a video saying the same thing and they ripped him a new one. The men ripped him a new one. Ironically, I've been getting comments from men on that video. They're talking about how smart I am and how they agree with me and how I'm saying nothing wrong. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, I think it's just glamour magic, honestly. I think it's just glamour magic working. That's honestly what I think it is. I think it's just glamour magic working. Because I got the filter on, the cute filter on over there. I got my hair looking like this. I think they just didn't want to disagree with me because they just liked what they were looking at in the video. That's what I think. I think it was just glamour magic, honestly. I love food. I wish it would just appear in my microwave like the movie Fifth Element. Me too, but then guess what? My back would be big again. Wait till you strike the right nerve. It's coming. And see, that's the thing too. I've been wanting to I'm trying to make content that's like a little bit more inflammatory for them, and it's not working. It didn't really work. I was shocked that they had I was shocked that they actually had agreed with me. I was super, super shocked. I think it was only one man, and he didn't even disagree with me. He just was like, "You don't know men." He was bald, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, that reminds me. I don't like bald men either." Like, so I was like, "Yeah." I think they were, and another thing too. Like, I came with straight facts because I'm like, "You guys have testosterone." Honestly, I'm like, you guys have freaking testosterone. Like, there's no reason why you're not out here looking fit. There's no reason why you're out here looking fit. That testosterone has men's metabolism so high and allows them to be so productive. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, they know that they big. These men know that they big. They do. They know how they look. They know how they look. They don't wanna go to the beach and they don't wanna go to the beach and take their white T-shirt off. They don't wanna take their white T-shirt off so we can see they double A's. Well, not even they double A's, they just A's, ABs. Thank you. Yeah, they're eating all that hormonal pump chicken. They're over here drinking dark liquor. Like, it's already bad enough that you're drinking liquor. It's already bad enough that you're drinking liquor. They're over here drinking this dark liquor. the liquor that has the most amount of calories. Like, damn, like, can't you just do a shot of vodka real quick? Like, because see, when I used to drink, I'm like, I'm not doing none of that fruity stuff. I'm not doing none of that sugary stuff. Occasionally I would, but I would try my best to be carb conscious and sugar conscious. So I'm like, you want to know what? The straighter I keep the drink, the less calories I'll have to consume. So I just be like, you want to know what? I'm just going to get me the coldest liquor, give me some liquor on ice and throw that back. My ex used to wear a t-shirt in the pool, even when we went out the country. Oh my God. Oh my God. I would have been teasing him. I would have been teasing him. A t-shirt in the pool, that mm-mm. Yeah, these men are food addicted and they are having wide hips. No Adam's apples. And they over here, they got wide hips and they got big booties. I'm like, oh my God, Mother Nature is rearing her ugly head when it comes to these men. Rearing its ugly head when it is coming to these men. It's scary. Now I will do an old fashioned, but old fashions are sugary as fuck. At least when I kind of make them, because when I'm thinking about like the simple syrup, and then the orange and all that, I'm like, it's kind of sugary. And even out the country, like wearing a t-shirt in the pool, why are you wearing a t-shirt in the pool in a different country? You ain't ever gonna see these people again. That'd be my mindset. That'd be my mindset. Hell, even if I'm in a different state, but definitely if I'm in another country, I never gonna see these people again. Who cares? That's nothing. I had a dude have schmecks with his shirt on only. That was so weird to me. That's insane. Like that's what women do. Like that's what women do when like we're not comfortable. But like a man that's like, all right, I know what you're insecure about. Yeah, the men have no Adam's apples. They've disappeared. They have disappeared. It's the chicken and the Hennessy, all the GMOs. It's all that food, chow. Ooh, you know where I'm gonna go? I'm gonna get me some Moki donuts. I'm gonna get me my luteal phase. Y'all. So this is what I do to make sure that I don't gain a lot of weight during my luteal phase. I go like I kind of do a binge in a way. If you really think about it, honestly, I kind of do a binge in a way. But I have like a small breakfast in the morning. I try to have a decent amount of protein in the morning. And then later in like the afternoon, I will get myself like something that like I really, really want to eat. Cause like I'm gonna be honest, like I just don't feel like eating any I don't feel like eating any like of my chicken breast or my ground turkey. I don't feel like eating any of that. I just don't. Um So I have like a nice like protein packed breakfast, hold off a little bit, and then get me some food that I really want. Mochi, I said mochi, sorry. My bad. I did say it wrong. I did. That reminds me. Y'all remember the episode of Girlfriends when Jill Scott was playing Will's love interest and she didn't say mocha, she said mocha. It's like she's an around the way girl, okay? She doesn't know. She played an around the way girl. She doesn't she's not aware yet that it's mocha. Ooh, pistachio ice cream sounds good. And the thing about it is that during your luteal phase, your metabolism is higher. So naturally you're going to be hungry because your body's trying to prepare for pregnancy. Your body think it's pregnant. So it's like, oh, it's time to start eating for two. It's time for us to grow another human. It's like, child, no. It's over here preparing, and then it's like, oh shit, no egg implanted. Time to release all this stuff in there. Oh my gosh, I always say it wrong. It's gnocchi. I think it's gnocchi. I can't remember, but I used to order it all the time from Olive Garden, and no matter how many times they would correct me, I would always say it wrong. I would always say it wrong. It's something about the vowel O being followed by the consonant C. Is it gnocchi or nochi? No, yes, I don't know. Because when you think that if mochi is mochi, technically it's the same letters. I would say gnocchi too. I would say gnocchi. And this guy told me that it meant nose in Italian. I don't know if it was true or not. He's like, yeah, that's not how you say it. So Costco had this Dubai chocolate cake. They did. They had this Dubai chocolate cake. Mind you, I never had Dubai chocolate. I never bought the chocolate bar or nothing. I went all out and I got this big ass cake for just me. I got this big ass Dubai chocolate cake. I threw that shit out. I didn't even return it. I did not like it. I don't even think I would have liked it in like the actual chocolate form, like in a bar. I just couldn't. The texture was weird. I just couldn't. When I had a sweet craving, I flipped the cake upside down and I just ate the cake part. I didn't like it. Dubai chocolate just tasted like a Kit Kat. And I think after trying that cake, I was like, I'm not really motivated to try the chocolate, like the actual chocolate, because if I didn't like what the cake had to offer, why would I like why would I like the chocolate? And people that live in Dubai, they're like, we don't have that in Dubai. Like that was just some like American made like viral creation. And it just became popularized. Everyone drinks matcha now because exactly. If matcha's not nasty, don't get me wrong, matcha's not nasty. Ooh, when I go to the Asian Mart, I wonder if they'll have matcha Kit Kats. Because I love me some matcha Kit Kats, some green tea matcha Kit Kats. Oh my god, they're so good. Um, yeah, they're like, no, we don't have that. They just popularized. They just made something up and popularized it. But so I bought like ceremonial matcha, and I used to like it at first because I would just make it. I have like the little whisk kit and all that stuff, and I actually had liked it. And then out of nowhere, it just started tasting disgusting. Like, I don't know, out of nowhere, I was just like, I don't like matcha anymore. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's because of like the matcha itself, but like I have it in a container, like, and the matcha was fucking expensive. That ceremonial matcha, that shit was like almost $40. It was actually very expensive. Um, And I'm like, I don't know, it just started tasting weird out of nowhere when I was, like, making it, I don't know. And I made sure I had it to the right temperature because I, like, make sure, like, I check the temperature because it has to be, like, 170 degrees Fahrenheit, the water. The water has to be 170 degrees, and then I put the little water in there, and I whisked it, and then I have my little, heated, like, frother thing that goes with my Nespresso, and I would just pour my matcha in there, and then if I wanted, like, iced matcha, I would just dump a ton of ice cubes in there, and I would use, like, honey to sweeten it. Matcha banana actually sounds like a pretty good combination. I don't like banana alone, but combined with matcha that actually might be pretty good. Might actually be pretty good. I love green tea. I love me some green tea. I don't even need anything. And I love mint green tea. Love me some mint green tea. Love me some mint green tea. I don't ever need to sweeten it. I don't need to do nothing with green tea. I love it. Yeah, they always find some new food to overpopularize. Yeah, because like, so it's ceremonial grade. I keep it in my cupboard so it's not exposure to any light. And that matcha is probably only a few months old now. I don't know how long it can last, but it got weird. It started tasting funny out of nowhere. Like one time I was like, is it my milk? Dumped the milk, got new milk, and I was like, it still tastes weird. It still tasted funny to me. I don't know. Empanada sounds so good. Oh my god. I like oolong tea too. I have loose leaf oolong tea here. I like oolong tea for tea readings too. If you ever want to do a tea reading on yourself, I like to use oolong for tea readings for sure. Yes, I love the dried hibiscus too. I just love tea. I just love tea. I've been doing really good because normally I go crazy buying a ton of tea. I've been really good about not buying any and just I've used up all the tea that I have. I've used up all the tea that I have. I've been real good about that. Cause yeah, I was getting out of control. Cause I don't think that there's a type of tea that I don't like. And I love going to tea rooms. I love going to tea rooms. I went to a tea room around here a few months ago. Shit, my ass might go back because the food was good. You like so like for the tea reading, you keep the leaf loose and you drink it down until there's no liquid left and it's just the leaf. And you read it from whatever is left. So from the from the top to the bottom, from the top to the bottom, it goes future, present, past. So where it falls from up and down, that will let you know when. And then you take the symbol, there's like you can look it up, like tea reading symbol legend, and you just look at the where the leaves fell, what formation they fell into, and try to match it to a symbol. Yes, I love meat. That sounds so good. Some cinnamon tea. Yes, I love is it pronounced rubos? That's another weird name. That's another weird name. I like all the stuff that's hard to pronounce. But I like that tea too. I do. I like that tea too. I'm going to go to the tea room tomorrow, I think, now that we're talking about it. Because I went to the tea room a few months ago. They had some peach white tea. I had a whole thing of that, a whole tea like kettle of that. And then I got me a scone. The scone was good as hell. It was a brown sugar cinnamon scone. It was so good. And then I got me a chicken salad sandwich. Yeah, I like coffee in the morning and then tea the rest of the day. I want to start my day with some crackhead energy. I want to start my day with some crackhead energy. And I really like cream. I like having a lot of cream in my coffee. Not a lot. I just do 2 tablespoons, but I like really creamy coffee. So that's another reason why I like for tea. I like Earl Grey tea because Earl Grey, I can put cream in there. I'll put creamer in there. Oh my God, I love milk tea and I love boba. Love me some. I haven't had boba in forever. When I lived in New York City, all I would eat was Asian food because all of my friends there were Asian. All of my friends there were freaking Asian. Like one of my closest friends in New York City, she's from the Philippines. She's from the Philippines, and I had a few friends that there that are Chinese. So all I would eat there would just be Asian food. That's all I would eat was Asian food constantly. Man, I need to take me a trip to New York City just to get me some food. Like I'll go there for fucking 24 hours. Bring me a big old container and I'll bring saran wrap, I'll bring aluminum foil, and I'll bring me multiple Tupperwares, and I'll fucking go there and get all the food I need to get and fly the fuck back. I'm like a senior citizen. I'm at the zoo midday to go for a walk, and I'm going to the symphony this weekend. I honestly just need my retired rich man. Those are all hobbies that I like. Honestly, those are all the things that I like to do. Yeah, they're fun. And like they're also fun if like you have a tea set and like you invite people over, you guys have like a little get together. You can like do another person's like tea reading. You know, they may see a different form of symbolism than you see. It can be really fun. It can be really fun to do with other people. See what type of symbolism they're picking up in the leaves. That's always like really fun. Yes, like the city has the best food. Like, oh my God. I miss all of that food. I do. I miss all of that food. I would love I forgot what they're even called. It's Asian food. It's like they have them with pork, like pork and pineapple. It's like this bun, like this roll. I forgot the name of the place, and people wait outside for hours to freaking get some. I don't know why I can't remember the name of the place. Um, but yeah, I'm in the mood for Asian food. I'm in the mood definitely for Asian food for sure. Cause your girl, my luteal phase does not play. Like as soon as I have an increase of hunger, I'm like, I'm in my luteal phase. It's time. It's time. That hunger be with a vengeance, baby. I'm not crazy about California food, honestly. I'm not crazy about California food. Um, yeah. Medusa is so good. Medusa is so freaking good. And the aesthetic and the vibe of the place is just, it's just chef's kiss. The food was amazing. They had the best butter cake I ever had in my life. If you like cake and you like butter cake, please get the butter cake. The butter cake was so good. I had got the truffle. They have like this like truffle pasta. I had got that. The truffle pasta was good. a little bit too much black pepper they used, so it was a little bit spicier than I would have liked. Um, the hummus was amazing. Um, I forgot the name of when they wrap it up in the grape leaves, it's like the rice that's inside. I forgot the name of that. We had those. Those were really good too. It was something else that we had, but that shit was good as hell. And the aesthetic is just top tier there. It's a beautiful interior. They have like house music that's playing. They have like the live violinists. Place was a vibe for sure. Now I want something savory talking about food. Yeah, I just want something real like hearty. I do. I want something real hearty and like real comforting. And I'm just trying to respect my body. I kind of feel like with all of like I kind of feel like I was going too hard with like all of my like pole fitness stuff. And I was like doing so many classes and like I feel like I'm honoring my body a little bit more, which is nice because now I kind of feel like when I do go back to the studio, I can do more. I'm not so exhausted and I'm not so tired. Um, because like 2 weeks ago, like I think I was like doing all these classes and like I would come to one class and then I would be signing up for the next class and like I couldn't make it through the class without being in any pain or being tired and like I'd have to cancel. So I'm like, no, I want to be fresh. Like my psycho ass, I did 4 classes. I did 4 classes on Saturday. 4 classes back to back to back to back. Queen, what's a QB? A dude just said he's a QB, a quarterback? That's what I would think. I can't think I can't think of any other type of QB that a man would be wanting to tell me that he is aside from a quarterback. Does he look like he's big? Does he look like he's like kind of hefty, like strong? If so, then he probably meant quarterback. That's always one group of men I've never liked to deal with. Men that play football. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't like men that play football. Those concussions. Like, there's a reason why in the media, whenever you would watch TV shows, they would have the football player be dumb as hell. Like, yeah, taking all those hits and tackles, I wouldn't have no brain cells left either. Quantum boyfriend, he could take you to the next level. How do you recommend getting into the swing of working out without getting discouraged? How often and which workouts? Honestly, I think the easy like cuz y'all got to remember, okay? I had binge eating disorder. I went listen to this. I'm going to put this into perspective for you. I went from working out 6 days a week, doing 2 hours of cardio and 1 hour of weightlifting, 6 days a week to not being able to walk longer than like 40 minutes. I went from all of that to not being able to walk for like 40 minutes. When I tell you it was like so disappointing, it was so disappointing for me to get to that point where I'm like, bitch, you used to be able to do this and you can't even do a fraction of that anymore. However, I think that for me, what kept me going was just thanking my body for what I can do today, thanking my body for holding up to allow me to like be able to walk for 40 minutes. And then eventually you get comfortable with walking 40 minutes. And so you're like, all right, I'm going to walk 50 minutes. I'm going to walk an hour. And then eventually you're going to start building up stamina And you'll know, just be nice to your body. If all you can do is go for a walk every day for 30 minutes, go for a walk every day for 30 minutes. Be kind, just be kind to your body and be appreciative of what your body can do for you, and I promise it'll get easier and you'll be able to do more. Because it's all going to be dependent. It's all going to be dependent on what you're capable of. You know, if you're not ever sedentary, if you're sedentary and you don't move a lot to begin with, I'm not going to tell somebody that's sedentary that doesn't move that they need to go to the gym 3 days a week. That's crazy. You're aiming to fail at that point. I'll tell someone sedentary, get outside for 30 minutes a day. If you don't feel comfortable going outside, go to the gym. If you don't feel comfortable going to the gym, get a walk pad. You can get a walk pad for like, let's see how much a walk pad is. Because that's a good thing too. They have come up with so many, come up with so many different things for you to work at. Like you can get a walk pad for as cheap as $90. And if you work from home, these walk pads, they have a computer attachment on them. So you literally can be working from home on your walk pad, burning your calories while you're working on your walk pad. I've been thinking about getting a walk pad, believe it or not. They even got a walk pad where it's got incline on it. It could do 8% incline. That's for like $150. Like, it's so crazy to think that like we went from a treadmill. Like, I remember growing up, we had a treadmill. Okay, that treadmill was like some few $1,000s. And like, I remember how much space that treadmill took up. And it's still down there. It's still in the damn basement collecting dust. We still have that damn treadmill. Now they have a walk pad. It's a small little walk pad. It's barely gonna take up any space. Let's look at the dimensions. Okay, so the width is 19. The width is 19 inches. The height is 4, or I mean feet, sorry. And then the depth is 44. No, I was right. It is. I'm tripping. I was right. It was inches, not feet. Yeah, so 19 inches in width, 4.4 inches in height, and then the depth. The depth is 44 inches. That's not really big. That's really not big at all. And they claim that it's quiet, and the weight limit is 265 pounds. 265 pounds, too. That's a pretty good limit. That's a pretty good limit. 265 pounds, that's not too bad of a limit. And if you want something cheaper, you know how they have like ellipticals at the gym. I don't have it with me, but you can go even cheaper. So you know, like not the elliptical necessarily. Y'all remember the little stair stepper thingy majig? You can buy one of those, and like it's just the part that you put your feet on. And it comes with these attachments that you can do your arms with too. So you step on it like this, and you can, do your resistance bands that way, or like, do shoulder presses or whatever. Dang, my arms are getting fit. I'm still all bruised up here. Um, you could do that too. I got one for like $70. Kind of like a Stairmaster, but it looks like how the elliptical things look, how the foot pedal things look like on the elliptical. But yeah, it's kind of like a stair stepper in a way. Only thing about the reformer is so damn big. Because my friend, she got a reformer. She ended up finding one on eBay that she bought for like a few $100s. That reformer is just so goddamn big. That's the only thing. Having to have the space to store it if you get a reformer. And you know what? Honestly, I prefer mat Pilates. I've done both mat and reformer Pilates. I actually prefer mat Pilates. Reformer Pilates is really, really good if you have issues with mobility. Um, and like you don't want to do anything that's like, really high impact, or maybe you have issues with balancing. Um, then I feel like reformer Pilates is good for you. But me personally, I prefer mat Pilates. Mat Pilates is whew. Yeah, the reformers are expensive as hell. Those reformers are like $2,000. But one of my friends, she ended up finding one on eBay. She got a steal. She ended up finding one on eBay for a few $100s. Somebody must have really wanted to get rid of that thing. I'm over here looking at all of the knockoff. I'm over here looking at all of the knockoff reformers because they do have like, they're not wooden. You know what I'm saying? They're not wooden like the ones that they have at the Pilates places, but like they have like the gist. You know what I'm saying? They have like the mechanics or whatever for like a decent price. But no, my friend, she had got a no fucking wooden one. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, there's recoil and things like that on the reformer. I don't think I would be comfortable getting me like a Timu or Walmart or fucking Sheen um reformer. Like we're talking about bands and coils and like you buy one of those, you're gonna be on a launch pad. Next thing you know, you're gonna get launched into space. But y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. Um, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I should be on here tomorrow. If I am on here tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit later. It won't be at this time. It'll have to be later in the afternoon for sure. Um, otherwise, I will talk to you all next time. Bye.